What's up, guys? TogerHoodz here. I'm going to do the little tutorial video that Com2us has suggested. I'd already planned to do a tutorial video and mention it to them. I was going to do an entire 9, cut it up, make a nice video, but now they've sped up the process, so here you go. I want to start off here. This stuff is very important. Percentages, obviously, you should realize 50% power, you're going to go half the distance of your shot. But more what I want you guys to look at is something like this, wind. So when you have a 1 mile an hour wind, you need to realize that every 150 meters, it's going to take you 2 meters. 2 meters wind is going to take you 4. 3 is actually going to take you 9 and not take you 6 like you would think the pattern would continue. So I pay attention to that with wind. And then up and down. This is the up and down, so if you're 90 feet uphill, you need to hit 30 yards long. If you're 90 feet downhill, you actually need to hit 80% of 30 yards short. So what I do is for every 10 yards down, take off 8 yards from your shot. So if it's a 90-foot downhill shot, you're going to take off, well, 8 times 3, 24 yards. Alright. I did decide to play this in career so that I could, no, Brett, not right now, so I could show you guys, so I can talk my way through it, and then, I don't have people waiting on me, and I don't disconnect because I lag out, so here we go. Each hole of the 3 holes, I'm going to focus on something different. So for this shot, this is, for example, 98 feet downhill. That's 33 yards. 8, 16, 24, add an extra 1 because the 3 extra on top of the 33, right? So you have 30, out of the 30 yards, I got 24. I had 3 left over, roughly 1. So let's go 25 yards back. But on this shot, I actually want to focus on a sand shot, so I'm going to aim for this sand right here. So I'm going to go roughly about, first of all, I'm going to pitch shot this right into the sand. So I'm going to go 148. I need to drop back 30 yards. 118. Sorry, not 30, about 25. And then I have a 1 wind, so I'm going to get about a 2-yard carry. So that should roll right into that sand trap. Oh, I didn't even make it in the sand. Took a weird bounce. But this will work. Because I'll just hit this in here real quick. Alright, from the sand. Okay, sand shot. I have an R1. R1 means 1 yard every 100 yards. Well, I have 12 here, and I'm going to roughly bounce about right here, so I'm going to get 10 yards, right? So with an R1, I need to move over for only 10% of that 1 yard, so that's about a 0.1 to here, right? When I land here, I'm getting roughly no break, so I'm going to go right about there, move over just a little bit because it's going to catch that break. Then what you got to focus on is you have 90 to 50%, so if you get a perfect shot, you're only going to get 90% of this 12 yards, so you're actually losing a yard. You have 2 feet uphill, that's almost another yard that you've lost. That 1 wind's going to do nothing for you. You have angled back 18 degrees. You need to add some more yardage. Now, I've heard it's a yard for every 4 degrees, and you don't go over 4 yards, but I have no idea if that's true. I always like to add a little bit of heat anyways. Ooh. That's an easy tap. This next one, I'm going to try to show you guys a rough shot, how I approach the rough. So if I want to go in the rough, let's go with a shot back here. Alright, so rough. Again, 90 to 70%. So 2.8 yards I've already lost, even if I get a perfect shot. But if you read this green, I have an R6, so 25. I'm going to bounce roughly again here. Actually, I want to probably bounce more like here, so 23. So 23% of an R6 is roughly a 1 point something. So you're going to move over 1 point roughly right there, right? And even went to R7, now you got to focus on that. So let's go there. Then you got to count your rollout. Now rollout's really just on feel. You just kind of got to feel what you're feeling that putt's gonna do. Like if I bounce here, is my ball gonna bam? So I'm gonna go like right there to account because I want my ball to land here. Let's go about there. Impact drinks always for rough shots. Ooh, short. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how to use a putting guide. Putting guide, first of all, if you really want to be effective with it, especially in 1v1s, you have to already know how to putt. So you have to be able to read this break. Now I know immediately I want to put some extra heat on this putt, so this rough break at front is kind of going to be taken out, but it's going to play into a nice factor. I'm guessing it's going to take off here and then it's going to stay high. I actually try to aim, not maybe perfect, but something like that. It's all about feel. But here's the key is that, okay, so now you come up here, spin that around, drop, sorry. Now you can measure it like this, and you can just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now what I always do is I like to go a little bit past because I like to drop my ball high side. And always check here to see if your line might be on a smaller putt because then it gives you more accuracy. But it's not. So let's go for the medium line. High side. Putting guides aren't that great. I'd rather just go for a nice approach, but I'd like to show how you use them because it does help when getting on nice streaks. Now this hole, they're asking the people, say, oh, how do you get an albatross on this? 1 tee is my least favorite because I generally, if I'm at any other tee, will try to fade and actually wrap around. I'll aim roughly about right here with a fade. If you do that, you will wrap around the sand trap and up onto the green, but we can't do that. We gotta draw it. So with a draw, you want to try to literally land your ball like right here. I'm going to try to, since I have a 1-win back at me, it's going to curl my draw a little bit more, so I'm going to try to aim right here and try to actually wrap it around if I can. I'll tell you, I'll be that hole. Thanks for watching. TogerHoodz69 signing off.